listen to this and you tell me what you think. She had the exact same read as me, where it's like, I don't think Bethenny truly knows Carolyn. I mean, they know each other, but I don't think she's like in her. Carolyn's not calling her up and saying like, "Oh, we're in trouble." Do I think the Brownstone suffered like every other business? Sure, Sir suffered, and Tom and Vanderpump is standing. I took this whole thing to be Bethenny Frankel. You are the best in the business, and instead of just pleading your case and basically coming to the defense of Caroline, you have to mention your podcast 100 times, which I don't mind because I would do the same thing. And two, can't you just not be shady? I took that so as the number one housewife in the history of housewives, according to Bethenny Frankel, is Bethenny Frankel, and that she's now complimenting Carolyn and putting down the housewives, but also putting down Carolyn as well. Exactly. And that's exactly how I don't think, listen, I think the Brownstone had the same problems that every other business had during COVID. I do not think Carolyn confided in Bethenny between 2020 and 2023, and Bethenny knows anything. I thought that was a total backhanded, like shady glass half full compliment.
I did too. And I thought, ooh, I don't know if I would fuck with the Manzos, like alluding that I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kim Z, the Jersey way.
I do.
I don't think I would, but I mean, Bethany is like a hard and true New Yorker, but I wouldn't have been fucking with Carolyn saying her, unless maybe Bethany has a real close source and they are in trouble. But that was a pretty bold statement to say, Carolyn Manzo, you're seeing her back on Bravo because she needs money and she needs exposure. That's basically what she's saying.
That is what she's saying. And she also said, if you really like break it down, she also said, she's like, and listen, I don't fault any of these women for going on, like whether you need the fame or look, it's good money. I mean, if you need the money, go, just about all of them, Brandi and everyone. It's like, you're also trying to say and remind us that, you have millions and millions, right? That you don't need the money and you're richer than all of them. And you're the richest housewife ever, which is not really true. I mean, she's way up there, but she's not like the richest ever. We can factor in like Tinsley and Vanderpump. I mean, she has a lot, Bethany, but you think
Vanderpump, maybe. You think Vanderpump has more money?
There's a lot of rumors that she didn't get $120 million like profit from that sale. That's what a lot of people say. No, I think Diana Jenkins has the most. Guys, she was a housewife, whether you want to forget that or not. But Sutton Strack, I think, probably has more than Bethany. Yeah.
Wait a minute, really? See, I think
Sutton has a shitload of money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Bethany probably got a $25 million check, $30 million check, but
she's got a lot. She's up there.
And then I think there was something, doesn't she always get a percentage of sales? I think, I don't know, for 20 years or something of Skinny Girl products and still has the right to use the name. So
everything Skinny Girl is hers except the liquor. Yeah, it was a brilliant deal. Brilliant. So smart. No, listen, she's up there. I just don't know if you really want to, I'm not sure she's the number one, but she's probably like in the top 5. But I just thought that was really shady. Like you were saying, and like power to you. You need the 300 grand, all of you. And, and like, then, also some of you have not been on TV. You might want to go and like get a little more fame. And I'm like, you can't just express your true disgust with the situation. You're really using this to kind of also put everyone down, including Carolyn Manzo. So I thought that was a total and that's okay because we put a lot of people here down. Just again, be honest. David and Sarah are honest.
Bethenny Frankel, I got to give it to her, though. I cannot think of another person that one week I love and the next week I can't stand. Like, she does a great job of evoking emotion. But one week I'm like Team Bethenny because I don't know, people do a ton of videos now about her on TikTok and how awful she is and all this shit. And so then I'm like, yeah, she is. And then the next week I think, good for Bethenny for having an opinion on whatever, the Kardashians makeup. Or I got news for you. Not everybody needs to like Meghan Markle. I don't mind Meghan Markle and Harry. Good for them. But not everybody has to rally for Meghan Markle. I mean, Meghan Markle wants to be famous just like we all do. So if you want to be famous, you get the good and you get the bad. So, then I kind of go Team Bethenny. So I enjoy Bethenny that she makes me, I guess, like her and hate her all at the same time.
I agree. Yes. I generally, if I had to check a box, yes or no, I would check the yes box at her. I really enjoy her. And then sometimes I'm just like, I'm over you, but I really do understand why I do think she's possibly the greatest housewife to ever play the game. So
she and Rinna,
she came with a business sense. We love our Rinna. I mean, Kyle is great at it. Teresa's great at it. So yeah, but I mean, that's what I heard. I heard Carolyn is legally getting money, pursuing money. And I do not know if that's true, but the source that told me was a pretty reliable source. And the source apparently heard this directly from her. So who knows? I mean, that's that. And we still don't really know. And I still just wonder if Girls Trip 4 is going to be rushed out before 3 because nobody cares about 3. You know what I want you to talk to me about?
Right.
Because you were just telling, because I don't really know this story. Talk to me about this Erika, Jayne, and these LA designers, because you say it's such a, what is happening? Is she up to no good, Erika?
This pains me because I'm this pains me. I might have to do a 180 on my girl EJ and say that she is kind of a scamming scoundrel as well. So for anybody, I will give them a plug. The LA Times is doing some incredible reporting about the Girardis. I give them a time, like really, really good, compelling writing. And over the weekend, they dropped a story basically about the Girardis, Secret Service, and these very famous 2 guys who have been Hollywood designers, very well known for RuPaul's Drag Race designs for many years, and how Erika and this Secret Service agent essentially really ruined these guys' business for a long period of time, and they're just building back. Okay. The long story short of this is Lorenzo Robert Savage III was the head of the LA office of the U.S. Secret Service. And so he thought he was being shortchanged over a Volkswagen part lawsuit. Okay. So meaning, like, you know how Tom Girardi took on all these civil suits, or because companies, Aaron Brockovich, the tainted water. Okay. So the Secret Service agent gets
hired Tom as a lawyer?
Yeah. Okay. Well, Tom says, I'm going to take it on, pro bono or whatever. Because
Did Tom know he was Secret Service?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to get you this, I'm going to get you $200,000 because they were essentially, Volkswagen was saying, here's 10 grand, right? And the Secret Service guy felt like he'd been really wronged and he wanted more money. Okay. They go through all this. Tom loses. In fact, the LA Times goes into detail that the judge hung Tom out to dry. Like, fuck you for bringing your client in here. You know that this client is never going to get $200,000. This act that Volkswagen did was never that egregious. Shame on you for taking advantage of the client. So interestingly enough, Tom cuts this Secret Service agent a check from his own money.
For like 7,500. Yeah.
Right. Of the money that basically the guy would have just gotten if he hadn't gone to do this. But, there's a lot of murkiness here. Erika had these 2 guys and oh my God, I really want to go to their store.
And this is related somehow.
Yes, because what ends up happening is the Secret Service raids these 2 fabulous gay guys that own a costume shop in West Hollywood.
It's not my friends Patrick and Paul, who have been on this show, who I just was hanging out with Patty last
week. I love them. I saw that. I wanted to.
They'll be back on, everybody. We love Patrick and Paul.
Marco's studio. Secret Service comes in drawing guns, brings out Marco's designers, their seamstresses. They've worked so hard 20 years for this business because Erika, Jayne, all the costumes were made at Marco's. Okay. For her tour, for every like public event, right? And they claim she came in, gave her American Express card, said, I will not be needing invoice